2.7% is not particularly great, but it actually means that Hong Kong is out of recession. So why do I think that it is not particularly great is that last year the growth rate was -3 point something. So last year's base was very low. It is a contraction. So a 2% year-on-year growth doesn't mean a jump or a solid recovery.
I want to ask you about your full year target for the Hong Kong economy. Now, you're saying that 2.7% for Q1 is a glass half empty. Following this latest data point that came out, would you be revising your full year number?
Yeah, the full year number is revising downward. Actually, my first quarter number is 2.5%, so quite close. But I am now revising downward the second half numbers because we know that, or we expect that the U.S. is going into some kind of recession, maybe around the fourth quarter. And we expect the Fed to cut aggressively by 100 basis points at ING. So the export market for Hong Kong and mainland China is not going to be bright in the second half. And therefore, I'm cutting the outlook for Hong Kong in the second half. And therefore, the whole year growth rate for now is, the forecast is now 2.9%.
We are waiting on a Fed decision due out tomorrow, Hong Kong time. We follow in lockstep because of the dollar peg. How has Hong Kong managed to fare with these rising rates in the economy that we currently have?
This is a very good question. Actually, even with the linked exchange rate system, the Hong Kong interest rate has not increased at the same momentum as the US interest rates. So now, for some Hong Kong banks, for some banks in Hong Kong, they are even lowering mortgage rates before this, hopefully, last rate cut by the Fed, rate hike by the Fed. So you see that there are different momentum in the two economies because the Hong Kong economy's loan demand is pretty weak. And therefore, interest rate has been stayed very modest. Even the Fed has increased tremendously. So I believe that these two economies' economic cycle are not in sync anymore. And this is the reason behind the soft Hong Kong interest rates compared to the US.